My home in Alibaug is the place where I first learned open fire cooking, and barbecue being the most perfect getaway meal. Let's begin with seafood barbecue. I have some fresh seafood here with me, which is some baby pomfret. I have squid, which I have gutted and cleaned. Also, I have some large prawns here with me, which I have cleaned the head off and I've deveined and I've kept it separately. What I'm showing you now is how to score a squid. So what I'm doing is taking a clean body of squid and just giving light incisions on top of the body. So what I'm doing is scoring this lightly, or rather giving it little cuts so that they open up nicely once they're cooked. Just make sure the cuts are not very deep because you do not want the entire squid body to open up. All you want it to look nice and beautiful once they start getting grilled. I'm resting this aside. What I have here with me are the heads of the squid, which I've cleaned nicely, and I'm keeping this aside for now. What I also have here with me is some baby pomfret, which I've just trimmed the sides. I've just trimmed the tail a little. I've gutted this and cleaned it nicely with water. Just made sure I remove the eyes so that it looks aesthetic, and scored this with the help of a knife. Make sure you do not break the bone of the fish and keep it nice and full. What I also have here with me are some nice and large fresh prawns, of which I've just cleaned the tail and the feet. I've just snipped the head off a little. I like retaining the head, but if you're not comfortable, you can snip that off as well. The seafood is nicely cleaned, gutted, scored and ready. Let's now move on to making the tandoori marinade for the seafood barbecue. The first thing that I'm going to take is some curd. To this, I'm going to add some gram flour so that the marination sticks onto the seafood. Some carom seeds or ajwain, because I feel this taste goes perfectly well with any seafood. Some garlic paste, some ginger paste, and for some flavor and moisture, mustard oil. Let's mix this well and make sure there are no lumps in the gram flour. This is nicely mixed together. Let's now start adding in some more spices. To this, some powdered garam masala, some turmeric powder, some red chilli powder, and salt as required. Let's mix this well. And with this, you have your tandoori marination done and ready. Let's now move on to skewering the seafood. While I'm reigniting the pieces of wood and coal, let me introduce you to bamboo skewers. What I have here with me are these pieces and sticks of bamboo. This is roughly a foot-long piece of green bamboo which is locally available. What I've done is cut it into a stick which resembles a skewer because I do not have the metal skewer here. At the end, I've carved this into a spearhead. So what happens is this pokes into the fish and the seafood nicely and easily. So let's start skewering this. I've soaked the sticks of bamboo in some water for 2 to 3 hours so that they do not burn while cooking on the open flame. Similarly, let's start skewering the rest of the seafood. All the seafood is skewered and ready. And if you've noticed, I've skewered them all individually, separately, as per the varieties, because the time of cooking differs for each and every one. Now, let's start marinating this. The open pit fire is done and ready. But I'm also fanning it a little so that the flame settles down. And now, let's place the seafood. I'm just moving around the seafood from one place to another according to the intensity of the fire. To the seafood which is on the barbecue, I'm also basting a little bit of oil so that it stays nice and moist. A small little home, some lovely food, and wonderful memories. What else do you need for a perfect getaway? And wishing you all a very happy new year.